Horse racing is an ancient sport. Some of the earliest recordings of horse racing date back to 4500 BC in Central Asia. Since then, it became known as the sport of kings. In modern times, it was one of the only places where people could legally gamble. In 1998, Mike Harris's progressive conservative government needed a place to put slot machines other than casinos or bars, and putting them at the racetracks made sense. A plan was drafted called the Slots at Racetracks Program, or SARP, that would give the tracks 20% of slot revenue in exchange for housing them. The program earned more than $1 billion annually for Ontario's economy.
During the Slots at Racetracks program, I was not an employee of Flamborough Downs. However, I was working in the horse racing industry for another company, and everybody was very successful during the Slots at Racetracks program.
That success was jeopardized by the Liberal government's decision to end the Slots at Racetrack program in 2013. The government felt the money would be better spent on education. The program had provided 65% of Ontario's purses. These are the financial prizes you get for winning a race. Not only did this decision to cancel the program affect financial incentive, but also 30,000 full-time jobs across the province.
Yeah, I think they took some races away and the prize money lowered a bit. So yeah, it did affect us, and it made us rethink whether we would breed again. And we kind of laid back for a couple of years and not done anything to see what would happen. And definitely it did make a dent in the program.
Purses had to reduce. There was a lot of uncertainty within the industry, what was going to happen with removal of the SARPS program. And we've had to really restructure in order to move forward.
Some of the industry's crucial players, such as owners and breeders, were negatively impacted by the cancellation of this program.
I was getting worried about it. I thought it was collapsing.
Breeders and owners are just some of the people who help keep this industry alive.
I mean, I think the main part about the industry getting better is I think that we have to bring more people into the game. You need the owners to come in. We have to make it an owner-friendly sport. And once people can come here and see their horses run and have a good time, I think the industry will progress. If we don't do that, I think the industry will eventually stagnate.
The entire horse racing community had to decrease due to the reduced purses, revenues coming in from horse racing. A lot of the horses have left the Ontario market at the time with the uncertainty of Ontario racing. And so we all had to restructure and try to build the best model moving forward so we could survive. It really affects the horse population because the breeding has reduced by approximately 50% since 2011-12. So we really had to, it's really affected our runners per race, which affects your handle, because obviously more runners, there's more opportunities for the patrons to wager. So we really had to reduce the number of races so that we could keep the same field sizes, and it really gave less opportunities for the horsemen to race, which some of them have left Ontario.
In 2014, the Ontario government agreed to invest $500 million into the racing industry. This money was to be shared across all racetracks in Ontario, a big difference from the revenue it saw from the slots program. But not all hope is lost.
Yeah, we're actually going to breed this year, and the reason is they seem to have got some better horses in Ontario now. So to breed locally now, I feel we have a better chance of a better pedigree, where before you almost had to go to Kentucky to get a really good pedigree. So yeah, we're going to breed again this year.
In fact, the government has been trying to encourage breeders to breed in Ontario through the Enhanced Horse Improvement Plan. This plan would provide incentives to recognize Ontario-bred and sired horses racing in the province. The ultimate goal of this plan is to maximize the economic impact of racing in Ontario.
And now, in the last year, I think with all the new stallions coming into Ontario, I actually see it picking up a bit. So hopefully the prize money comes back, the Ontario Sired program gets a little better. If people have incentive, I think they'll keep breeding, and now that we have some better stallions, I think we're going to have better horses.
One good thing that has come out of all of this is the Standardbred Alliance.
We have Flamborough Downs and Georgian Downs, which are two of the racetracks currently in the Standardbred Alliance, and I think the model is working. Obviously, it's a work in progress. I believe it's going to be good for the industry. As long as the racetracks work together and not as separate entities to do what's best for horse racing in Ontario, I think we're on the right track.
The Standardbred Alliance includes 8 racetracks across Ontario, including Woodbine and Flamborough Downs. The aim is to provide easy access wagering and incentives to attract new race fans and provide larger, more consistent purses. The horse racing industry and the members of its community have proven to be resilient. But what exactly is the industry missing to help restore it?
We need to get into the young people again, get the young people interested in racing, and we need to bring some owners, new owners into the game, and I think that would really help the racing here.
Winner to start off the pick 4 sequence here today. It was Cheap Chato at odds of 8-1 for Conditioner Greg Cox. And
I think with social media out there, it really gives us an opportunity to go after the younger demographic, which is what we need to do. The horse racing industry is a aging demographic, and we really need to show the excitement of the sport to the younger generation.
Despite the setbacks and hurdles racetracks in Ontario have had to overcome, those who rely on its success remain optimistic for the future.
Well, no, we just go on through our days like everybody else. We do our job, and Woodbine's a good place to race, and it's got beautiful facilities, and hopefully that we will start picking up again and be good.
I think it's getting better. I think that's the main thing. We were considering not breeding at all, and now with the outlook that's going on, I think there's a little more hope in Ontario, and I'm hoping it's going to pull along and get a little better.